What's up, traders? Welcome to my stream. Today we had a huge mover. Actually, the ticker was VLCN, and we pretty much had a tremendous amount of short squeeze. The ticker spiked up from 28 up to about a high of $60 in about 1 minute. I was able to capitalize on it, a total profit of around pretty high on the profit scale. I was able to capitalize on that 1 minute spike around $31,520, just buying it at around um 41, and my best fill was out at 56. Anyway, so not always we're gonna get all these short squeezes like this, but these tickers have been this is breaking news kind of deal. And I was watching this ticker because it was the only ticker to watch at around 9 a.m., 8 a.m. I don't think we're watching two tickers, so two tickers move. So in 1 minute, I made a total of 32,522 dollars. Anyway, so this is the ticker VLCN. I was looking at the ticker because we were pretty much opening up right about here. Actually, my first long, if you see, my first long was right here as I was buying it at 8:30 a.m. and then I sold it for a loss. So I initially it was down like $500. I was telling the chat to watch this area, watch the 26.5 area, and we spiked up to around a high of, I don't know, $30 in like a minute, 26 to like 29. And then I bought it, and then I got stopped out on the dip, and then we came back. So I was a little bit frustrated with the ticker, but I kept it on my radar because it was the only ticker worth trading. So I pretty much watched it right here. So I was telling the chat to watch the 28 break, right about here, to watch the 28 break right here. So right here, this is the area that I was watching BSLK to break 28 right here, right here. I was in the chat room talking about this 28 break. I was like, yo, this if this thing breaks 28, we have a high chance of breaking 32, 33. And in 1 minute, the ticker released news that it had a 200 million private placement, and to acquire some Bitcoin, and funding a strategic Bitcoin to 500 million. So I thought that was huge. So I ended up, I saw it because I was watching to break that 28 area, and I longed it as we came back on the dip at 40, and then I sold it about a second later, about a minute later. You can see VLCN. I bought it at 9 in 1 minute. I made a total profit of 30,000. I bought it at 855 and sold it at 856 in about 1 minute. Right here, 856, 855, and 856. This was a ridiculously amount of profit that I pretty much capitalized. I think I sold it at 80. What is it? 80, 57, 60, 57.66. I actually top ticked it 57.66. I actually top ticked it right there, and I actually did attempt to buy it again on the dip. Right about here, I bought it at 37, and I actually also had a 20% gain, 37 to 45, but I did not take this profit off the table. I thought we can go to 60 or something because, this pattern was one of the tickers that I used to trade in the past. Once you see a candle like this with news, you try to long it and profit from it, and you try to buy the dip. I thought we're gonna go up and break 45 right about here. So my 37, I got stopped out. As you can see that I initially rebought it at 37, and then I sold it at 35. So initially I did give, but that was, you could see that was on small size right about there. And then the ticker, pretty much we tried to VWAP reclaim middle of the day. I thought we are gonna go back up, but it was just we got slammed sadly, and now we're just wobbling around over here. A huge opportunity on this ticker. VLCN, I mean, even here buying it at 37, selling it at 45, even here buying it at 28, even chasing it over here at 35 as it broke the pre-market highs. But you know, you had to be quick and you had to be um, very quick. And I was pretty quick. In about a minute, I pretty much took my profit and I pretty much left. So another ticker I did trade today. I don't remember which one was the ticker that I trade. BSLK. BSLK was actually a pretty choppy ticker. It was more of a short the daily resistance of 475. And I actually bought it as we third time a charm. We tried to break 440, and we pretty much only went up by 20 cents. So, and then I sold it for flat, so I didn't make anything on it. And then we hit again for that resistance of 477 before dying off. So we had two tickers, BSLK and VLCN, and I was pretty excited how I was able to make you know, this amount of money in like one minute candle. This is really ridiculous. The volatility and the potential. You know, if you're watching the same stocks I am, if you're fast enough, I was able to pretty much capture 31K in like a minute, which was ridiculous. The most amount of money I freaking ever made. But I was quick on the money. I was just, you know, I was quick to pretty much capitalize on that profit. Anyway, that's about it. I'll see you guys tomorrow at 7. Great trading day. That was one of the funnest tickers I ever traded, because that ticker reminded me of another ticker I traded in the past that squeezed every, you know, all the shorts out and it went to infinity. So that's the reason I buy. When you see that candle, this is the candle I'm talking to you guys about. This candle right here, you have to buy the dip. Whatever it is, you have to buy a dip. And that was the right idea, because 37 to 45, we bounced about 20%, even though we didn't really continue on, because, you know, VLCN did have, you know, some resistance at 80. You know, I thought we are going to go back to 80 at one point, but sadly, we didn't really get that far. Other than that, that's about it. I'll see you guys tomorrow, and peace out, everybody.